Hello everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday. How is Twitch World going tonight? What is new and happening? Welcome in, Epic Wolfie. Waiting on our kettle to warm up for our coffee. Gonna be doing bison meat tacos tonight. I haven't worked much with bison, and so I thought I'd give that a shot tonight for working with tacos. At the very least, I can bury it in spice and not worry about it, but gonna saute up some onions, some peppers. Gonna use those both for the rice and with the tacos. Also going to be making up a small batch of salsa here. And got an avocado. And yeah, rice. So rice, I'm going to use actually one of these tomatoes. So actually only two of these tomatoes. These small little tomatoes are going to be your salsa. One of these is going to be in with the rice. My sinuses are driving my head nuts. I've got a giant sinus headache right now. It just hit me this mid-afternoon, like maybe an hour ago. We get some white onion. Let's see, what else do we have for tonight as far as goodies? Gonna make taco shells like I have been when it comes to flour tortillas. Gonna try rolling out all the tortillas first, and then see if we can't just like finish and serve with the tortillas this time around. Chocolate covered bacon. Well, you missed the cheese fondue covered bacon on Sunday. That was quite tasty. That smells good. I agree, Wolfie. The problem is I don't know when to stop. Seems that cat brain worth of neurons down in my stomach there somehow outthinks the one up here. Sort of tricky doing this with the camera. I don't know if you notice. It's not really... You can't really tell the distance here where this is, but I'm having to play the game of fit the kettle between the camera and the top of the... I'm going to be doing Hasselback potatoes for the first time tomorrow, along with chocolate-covered potato chips, which I'm going to make. I'm supposed to be buying the ingredient for the Wednesday dinners, but I'm going to make them this week because I couldn't find either of the ingredients available to me. I'm streaming 5 days a week right now. Added Tuesdays and Saturdays to the current Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Still taking Mondays and Thursdays off. Oops, over here. Yeah, we're doing Bison tacos tonight. We'll have chocolate-covered potato chips dinner tomorrow night. Thursday I'll have off. Friday I'll be back doing Eggs Benedict. Saturday we'll have more pizza. Maybe we'll do calzones. I don't know. Something. And Sunday gonna be doing egg salad. So that's all coming up here soon. Let's get myself a cup ready with some sugar and all that good jazz. Oh, come on, pour for me, thing. Yep, well, Sunday's the start of the week. It's apparently National Egg Salad Week. Egg salad gets its own week. But I'm not going to do a whole week of egg salad. That would be rather redonkulous. Just a drop. Caffeine. Caffeine. Tuna salad's fun every once in a while, too. Let's make some dough. Pull up that ratio once again. Need lard. Need flour. You like caffeine and cappuccino? Well, cappuccino has caffeine in it. Cappuccino is a type of coffee. What's better, pumpkin pie or rhubarb? Well, that one's easy. It's pumpkin pie, but neither one of them are that exciting to me. Nose is running now. And it goes right with the sinus headache thing. Apologize for that. There you go, Wolfie. Won't let you redeem it. You redeemed it at least once. Okay, what did I do with my cup measure? I put it away. That's what I did with my 1 cup measure. It's still wet. So, 2 cups of flour. We'll need this a bit later. And a tablespoon of fat. Lard. Or in this case, bacon fat. Because, why not? I don't know, where is everyone tonight? Quiet start. Wow, my nose is just... Give me a minute. Let me see if I can clear up my nose. Give me 1 moment. Let's do our battle. First battle of the evening. Rogues are going ham. Why is the rogue just stopped there? That was weird. It's like it's dazed again. Kills a mob and then it stops for a minute. Quiet J getting those kills. And some gold. Ooh, goodies for me too. See how we do in 30 minutes. Okay, back to playing with fat. Going to pinch all this lard into the flour until we have essentially cornmeal looking flour here. Yeah, I don't even have the bots in chat tonight. Normally I got a couple of bots in chat. They all taking the night off. Okay, I'm having trouble finding any fat still in there. So I'm going to call that mixed in. Hey, Disney man. Welcome to chat. We're working on making some flour tortillas. Need some baking powder in here. We'll call that good. Don't really need a ton. I mean, they're tortillas. I mean, you want a little bubbling, you want a little, but you don't need a ton of baking rise in that. Salt. Because you want to taste what we're eating still. And water. How much water are we adding? 3/4 of a cup. Alright, fingers got encoded. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Joshua Weissman. He seems to be quite the fad these days. He knows what he's doing. For the most part. You see the difference between those YouTube videos is you only see his final product. You only see some he probably did 3 of those things for that video, sort of a thing. And here I have to do it right on the spot. Like, I have to sit here and knead this until it comes into a decent ball of dough, even though it's feeling a bit dry and isn't really being cooperative. In fact, I think this needs so much more water that I'm going to add a little bit more right now. Oh yeah, I've known about his YouTube for almost since he started. Yeah, Andrew's got a smart head on his shoulders, too. I think he dived a little too deep into getting his own studio there. But yeah, his videos are pretty good, too. Alright. Wolfie, I know about plenty of other shows. If you want to put leaks, you can put them in the Discord. Starting to come together now. It's going to need a little work, but it's starting to come together. Yeah, that's because it's in web address. Hey, Shadowtronics. Yeah, it's being a tough batch here. Starting to come together, but you'd be giving me a hard start. How you been, Shadowtronics? You been paying any of that Pac-Man 99? Part of my problem, I think, with this dough is I'm doing such a small batch. Do a larger batch, it's a little bit easier to get going. This whole thing wants to act as like two pieces, and it keeps separating into two on me. Getting quite the sweat going here. Pie crust, if you got yourself a nice food processor, it's super easy. It's like making biscuit dough. You just gotta cut it all together. It's another one of those doughs where you don't want to work the butter too much. You don't want to warm it up. There's no butter in this dough. We can sit here and knead this all day. Which it's sort of turning into here. Along that lines, it's falling apart on me again. It was starting to come together and is looking a little smoother, but still not there. I mean, I actually made tortilla dough yesterday, and this compared to what I made yesterday, whew, yesterday was so gorgeous. This is being such a pain in the butt. Just the difference in atmosphere and all that. Same recipe, completely different between 2 days. Some naan bread. That one's sort of hard without the right naan bread. You really need that really hot oven for to do it purely traditionally. Need an oven that's like twice as hot as mine. Now to the point where I'm squinting because of sweat in my eyes. That's what it's starting to looking like. It's starting to be a bit more malleable. I'm going to add a bit more moisture to this. Just a little bit. Just a splash. I'll stick to the board here for a moment until it gets mixed in. That pad ain't keeping my board very stable now, is it? Normally does a better job than that. Now we're finally feeling about right with the dough. Awesome. Feeling pretty good now with this dough. Still breaking a little bit, but it's a lot smoother than it used to be. Probably the same thing, just a laminated dough. Because pita works that same sort of way too. I mean, pita is not two separate pieces of dough. It just naturally splits that way from the heat generation. Pita's actually very interested that way. I should probably make pita dough here on stream someday. Apparently I can't mix dough tonight, so, I mean, hey. Okay, I'm gonna let that rest. I'm tired of kneading. I'm letting that rest. Alright, so let's clean up our board. Let's make some salsa. Actually, no, let's wait on salsa. Let's saute some onions and peppers. I do too. I love me some onions and garlic and peppers. And honestly, I don't even really like them the way that people say they love onions and peppers. I'm not like a onions, peppers, and pasta kind of guy, but I do love onions and peppers. Then again, I put onions in everything, as is pointed out to me now by Chad every once in a while. Used to be a guy at the farmer's market that I worked at who his only product was jarred caramelized onions. Only thing he sold. Of course, I think he did it just to be out and about. Older gentleman that, like, I don't know if I ever saw anyone buy anything from him. But regular vendor. It's like that song started in the middle. Battle. Let's go to battle. Oops. Need to play spell. Let's try that one. Rogue's just taking it away again. Hey, Suki! Welcome in. How goes your day? Victory. HP with the scroll and the kills. Congrats. And... Let's take this one. And we'll come back to that in 30 minutes. Mushroom compost. Sounds like a crappy job. Cut, please, knife. Gonna put the onions and the peppers in both the rice and the tacos. Smells pepperific right now. I sort of like the fresh smell of fresh bell pepper. I'm just not a huge raw bell pepper fan, though. I try not to add that crucial ingredient. That's only for special dinners. Obviously some leftover onion here. That smells good too, surprisingly. Coming right out of the fridge, it shouldn't have much of a scent at all to it, but I can smell that onion. Kilt lettuce. Can't say that I have. Sounds perfect for me then. Start heating up the pan here. Take a coffee break. Whew. That kicked my butt. And it's not even done yet. Put a recipe up on the Discord if you have one, Shadow. Love to give it a look. I do have links disabled in chat, just so that we don't get any go here for viewers or random bots. Sounds interesting. Didn't give me much of a description, but you hooked me. So I got this on full bore, just below where it's sparking. Wait for that to warm up a bit more. It's already warmed up quite a bit, but this pan takes quite a bit to get warmed up. It's the biggest one of the saute-like pans I have, and it's not great at holding heat, even though it's a cast iron. Fresh lettuce, onion in a big metal container. You fry up a pack of bacon, put bacon chips and lettuce, and pour the hot bacon grease over the I've done bacon fat vinaigrettes on stream before, but I haven't done just use the fat as your vinaigrette. It's usually a vinaigrette where we're using the fat as a part of the oil in our vinaigrette. Oh, I thought you were already in there, Shadow. Let me give you permissions if you're trying to join in there. There, that should be better. I hit this with salt. MSG. Pepper. And I think I'm going to add a little cumin too. I don't mind the flavor of cumin, but it is one of those spices that just can take over your food. There's a vendor at one of the farmers markets I used to go to all the time. Thank you, Shadow. I will give that a shot. I'll check it out. There was a food vendor at one of the farmers markets down in Marin County. I didn't do a lot of markets in Marin, but I used to do a couple. And he did Himalayan food. And his food was great, but he just used so much cumin that you could never... I mean, it was just like amazing tasting meal that tasted like cumin. Let's see, recipes. Oh, this is killed lettuce and onion. I thought you were saying kilt, like the Scottish wear kilts. That's a relatively easy enough recipe. We can do that someday. Someday. That is still on full. This is a prime example of overloading a pan. This pan looks like it's boiling right now. Actually, it doesn't look so much like that on stream, but it does in person. It looks like it's boiling right now. That's because we got too much liquid in this pan. We got too much liquid because we're not evaporating it fast enough. That's because it's overloaded. We're just going to finish the peppers through here. The onions are good enough for me. The rest of it isn't quite there yet. Debating now if I want to add a little garlic powder in there. We're doing garlic in just about everything else. I'll just keep it with the fresh garlic and everything else. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better for me there. Let's pull that off into a nice, convenient and handy bowl here. Realize I don't have any hand towels in the back for holding hot things. Get out of there, onion. There we go. Turn off the heat on that for the moment. Allow that to continue to cool over here. Now we need to make our beginnings for our rice, which I'm going to take one of our tomatoes here and we're going to slice this pretty thin here. Maybe 1/8 of an inch. Oh well, be difficult. Basically mincing this tomato, but not being super pretty about it, since it's going into rice. Oftentimes you'll find a straight up puree in Spanish or Mexican rice. I sort of think of it as just rice with tomato. We're going to add onion and pepper. It's not really a mince, it's more like a extra small dice that's messy. It's not even a brunoise, because a brunoise would have been prettier. Brunoise is like, the difference between a mince and a brunoise, to me, is a brunoise is as small as you can go while keeping it nice and pretty squares, or cubes. And a mince is just as small as you can get it with your hand, by knife with hand. Hand to knife. So we'll throw that in there in our rice pan. We'll add a couple spoonfuls of our hot onion and pepper. A little bit more. There we go. We're going to mix this with our rice. I'm going to use up my sushi rice that I got here, because I'm not making a ton of sushi on this stream. So, small pearl-like grains of rice tonight. But if I had Calrose, I'd probably be using Calrose. Generic short to medium grain rice is what we're after here. Forgot I got chicken stock out of the freezer for this project. Haven't defrosted it. So we're gonna melt that down in a pan here real quick. This should be the perfect amount of rice for this. Should be. But we gotta make sure. That's going to be some chicken stock. This is just for the rice. It's not for with the tacos. I'm tossing this out. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and mix these two together here. We're going to need about 3 cups of liquid. That should be about 3 cups of liquid by weight. I mean, I weigh them out to roughly 24 ounces. So that should be just about perfect. This is a cup and a half of rice. Never seen rice cooked this way? The simple, easy method of just put water and rice in a pan and cook it? Of course, Mr. Mark Bittman, Mr. Let's find the laziest way to do everything in the world, but only for veggies, now claims that it doesn't matter how much water you cook your rice with. It's going to turn out fine anyways. Oh, with tomatoes and veggies in it. The veggies are sort of my addition into it, but the tomato is very much traditional Spanish rice or Mexican rice. Oh, we add in a couple of spices in here while we're at this. We'll add a bit more cumin to this, even though we got cumin in with our onion and pepper. Little chili powder. Another type of chili powder. Both Ancho and New Mexico in there now. We'll leave the rest. Oh, that's what I forgot that I was going to put in there. Garlic. I was actually just talking about Obi with that on Discord earlier. I always want to do more, but I don't do a ton. I do have a dehydrator. I do have stuff to do some canning. I don't really have enough jars to be serious about jarring. But, yeah, I plan for it every year, and then it never happens every year. But I don't do a lot of prepared meals either, though, because, I mean, I'm always streaming, so I'm basically streaming everything I eat these days, minus maybe 1 or 2 meals a week. We'll add in our garlic with our rice. We'll give that one more stir up here. Bottle! Bottle! I can't get all of you. I'm gonna take the 2 over the 1, sorry. And should be getting all those chests. Congrats, Entropy. Ooh, we go top or bottom now? Wanted to say bottom for this, but it looks like we could maybe still go down this way. Let's go down this way. Take the gold chest over to silvers. See how we do in 30 minutes. Okay. So we got our stock warm. We got our stock warm. So we need 1 cup. We need another cup. And then we need like a 1/4 cup. And then let's spill half of it on the board. Yeah! That's supposed to be 3/4 of a cup of stock, so I think we lost like a half cup of stock here to the board. Oopsies. At least the board's nice and moisturized. It's crying, give me oil, I need oil. But, okay, so we got our rice here in our already warmed up water. Gonna bring this to a boil. Right over here. Add a pinch more salt for our rice. Put a cover on that. It's going to be like 20 cloves. Thank you for that follow, Jay Winnie. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a lovely evening. We're doing a little Taco Tuesday tonight. Also, for any of my longtime viewers, if anyone's hanging out there, we do have the Join Hall of Fame, all one word, with an exclamation mark, command active nowadays. If you'd like to have your name on the cutting board Hall of Fame and have 7,500 sprinkles, you can go ahead and do that and join the list of names that I will be wood burning into the cutting board back behind me. Behind my shoulder over here. That one over there. Can you do me a favor, Shadow, and type exclamation mark sprinkles? Let's see where you're at. I don't know how many sprinkles you have. $710. Need about another 7,000. Sorry. But you get sprinkles by active viewership over about 6 months. And or playing the scramble and all those fun things. You give 50 of them out at the beginning of the stream for being here first thing. Things like that. Do you have... I think I counted 20 people up there now. Let's skip these two for now. And we need a bowl for our salsa making. Probably only going to need about half of this white onion. They gave me a white onion too, not a sweet white onion. Arg. Oh, come on, that's got to be less a layer than that, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be less a layer than that. There we go. It's still going to have a lot of onion for those 2 tomatoes. Yeah, this is still too much onion for two tomatoes. Still feel it's like twice as much onion as I need. I need like that. Let's see, maybe we'll throw more onion in there after we cut the tomato. These tinies. I was expecting like real tomatoes. Hi there, bird. Got a hummingbird at the feeder. Okay, our rice is to a boil. We'll cut the heat on that. Allow that to just rest. It's going to be longer than 10 minutes until we need to deal with it anyways. Pre-summer tomatoes. Mech. Can't wait until we get good tomatoes back. Speaking of storing things, I was thinking of going ham this year with tomatoes. I want to do dried tomatoes. I want to do powdered tomato. Problem is, the last couple of years here at the farmers markets, the tomato crop hasn't been that great. I haven't seen a ton of deals. usually you get to one point of the season, everyone's like, here, take them. We're not going to sell them all. We haven't really had that in a year or two. I don't care if I get a little bacon fat in my salsa. Yeah, that's about right for the onion. Maybe slightly too much as far as if you're making a big proper batch, but I definitely didn't need all of that in there too. Let's add some of these in there. But the dirty end that I need to clean because these are looking filthy. Put the onion part to our green onions in our salsa. Cilantro and lemon. Ran out of limes. Have a couple of lemons. So we'll use lemon tonight. Generally more of a lime fan for just about everything. But lemon will work in a pinch sometimes. Welcome in, Chicken Barf. If you know what chickens eat, Chicken Barf is a pretty disgusting name. I appreciate that. That's a good gaming name. So we're putting together simple salsa here with our tacos. We got some probably winter tomatoes here with some white onion and green onion. Gonna squeeze in a little lemon here. Grab my reamer. I am not hugely familiar with Bison. I've used it a couple of times, and it's a healthier alternative to beef in many cases. It's a leaner meat that's got a little bit better marbling at the same time, so its fat is thinner and more distributed. And it's a meat that's high in iron, so it's going to be meaty meat. It's going to have some sort of like duck is a little bit more meaty compared to chicken. And that's because duck's got a ton of iron in it. Typically. Compared to chicken. And that gives it a much more beefy, meaty flavor. Yep. Okay. Now, salt, pepper, MSG. Yeah, actually bought that. We'll save the rest of this for future project. Picking cilantro time. Because I don't want a ton of stems in my salsa. I've just got ground bison for tonight, but yeah. Steak's a good time. It's been a while since I've done a steak. I was actually thinking of doing steak tonight, but didn't see anything on sale. So nothing was on sale. Let's go and do something different. Hey, Moss. Welcome, welcome. I'm picking cilantro for my salsa here. Doing pretty good, Pancracio. My sinus were driving me nuts when I first started the stream, but that seems to have cleared up, actually. So, bye-bye sinus headache. That's a lovely thing. How about yourself, Pancracia? How is your day going? How is everyone else's day going? Anyone having anything interesting for dinner tonight? Any new adventures of your own? Or are we all just eating leftovers? Thank you for that sub, Moss. Appreciate that. Long day, Pancracia. Hopefully it was a productive one. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Wow, these are taking forever. You too, Pancracia. Have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for that follow, George. What kind of hot sauce you make? Okay, cilantro. Okay, forget it. We'll just do it this way. Oh, work with me. And spent 30 minutes here chopping cilantro, I think. Oh, I'm pretty good at that chopping thing. Let's do our battle. Uh-oh, a lot of people dying quick. Oh, I think we got it, though. Quick win. Victory. 5J getting those kills. Pinkosaurus Rex with the assists. Entropy and Dave Pause with the golden scrolls. 50 gold. Congrats, Entropy. Put my tank right here in the center. We'll go from there. If you're interested in joining, the link is right there or also in chat. You can feel free to add your own players to the field, start your own army, play with multiple streamers at the same time. You can play with, there's thousands of Twitch streamers that are playing Stream Raiders, and you can level up your army and join in. So we'll have that battle here in 30 minutes. Let's take a look at our rice real quick. That should be nice and done here. Ready for our main dish here. I'm expecting that to be a little bit more red. I mean, after all, we did put all that lovely tomato juice and liquid in there. Make sure it's done. Yeah, that'll be tasty. Gonna add a touch more salt to that. And we'll let that hang out here on the stove. It'll stay relatively warm due to its bulk. But let's add our cilantro in with our salsa. Yeah, all that cilantro into that salsa. All that cilantro. Sorry if you don't like cilantro. The last thing we got to add in there is a little heat. So what did I do with those? There are these. Oh, I was going to put one of those in with the... Hey, let's put it in with the meat instead. A little bit of jalapeno. Okay, so there's our salsa tonight. Certainly not a tomato-heavy salsa. But I think that's going to be yummy nonetheless. Oh, we got avocado here too. So let's throw half this avocado in with our salsa too. Just because I'm not going to go through all this. I was going to put a couple slices on the tacos, but this way we'll actually use that avocado up. Come on. Move, seed. Move for me. There we go. I don't know what got to me earlier. Something royally messed with my sinuses. I'm coughing tonight. Been doing a lot better since I cut those allergen foods out of my diet, but still not there. Figuring out everything that's going on with my gut. Do slices on this for on top of the tacos a bit later. Okay. Got all that cleaned up. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Let's get rid of the onion for tonight. Don't even really have use for all that. We can throw that in with the meat. Just like that pepper. Might as well throw all of this in there if we're going to throw some onion with the meat. Okay, flame back on the stove. A little more sunflower oil. The lid in this bottle just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Either there's suction to the bottle, it wants to pop off, whatever. Something about that oil is just not. It's causing pressure up and down, and it's oil, and it shouldn't be. It makes me think that there's water in the oil or something weird. But I mean, it's not bubbling off when I use the oil, so it seems like oil. So we're going to start off with our veggies here. We'll get our veggies sauteed up, and then we'll add the meat into the party. Or rather, we'll take the veggies out and we'll do the meat, add the veggies back in, and then we'll keep that warm. We'll do the tortillas, and then it's plating time. I still think we need a little bit more oil here. Pan isn't very well coated at all. We have all those sugar. I want to make sure I get oil all over the pan too, because I did the onions and pepper in here earlier. We're going to have those sugars in the pan there that are going to cause us problems unless there's lots of oil. Start with the garlic. Pan's not quite there yet though. You need to warm up a little bit more. But I'm going to do the garlic and then immediately turn around and grab the onion. Garlic's still on bottom. That garlic is still cooking that I put in there. So now we need to move all that around. Add a bit of salt to help pull moisture out. And general rule, you should season just about everything as it hits the pan. So technically that's a little late. And the jalapeno last, just because we want to give that a little bit of warmth. We don't really want to cook this because cooking this is going to kill some of our heat from that, and this is one of our major contributors to heat to our actual meat. Not that I'm certainly not going super spicy with things tonight, but I don't tend to go very spicy with things. I'm not Mr. Habanero, Mr. any of the hot sauces. Or hot peppers. Okay, heat back on. Oops. A bit more oil in the pan yet again because bison is a leaner meat. And I didn't exactly get I didn't even pay attention what the grind is here. 10% fat. Give ourselves a good seasoning of salt. It is one big piece. Go ahead and salt the other side here. And I'm going to add a little bit of baking soda to the other side. Pull out whatever that is that fell into my baking soda. Smoked paprika. Both of my chili powders. Ancho and chili powder. A bit more cumin. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Ooh, got a little too much of a crust going on down here. That baking soda didn't do well in the pan. Actually, why don't we use up the last of that chicken stock here? Now that we got our searing done, you can add that in and give us that flavor. Add in our veggies again. Add in our other veggies again. The sweet peppers and onions that I did earlier. Earlier. Okay, and then we're just going to allow this to simmer. Low heat. We'll put our rice in the back here. We'll get rid of this pan. Get rid of these bowls. And we're back to doing tortillas. Back to kneading tortillas. So we'll take my slightly drier dough now. Give this a little bit more of a workout. It's been resting now, so I'm sure it's going to be even more cooperative with me now. Nice and smooth now. I'm going to start rolling our tortillas after I get this sort of dry center mixed in. Okay, so cut that in half, cut that in half again. We're going to cut each of these in half. Not making huge tortillas tonight. They are going to be larger than this once I'm done. Last fold here, or last roll here for this one. Battle! Battle again! Do our battle! All the ranged up there, it's like Star Wars or something. All the laser fighters. Pally up there is doing its best. All up there by itself. Hidden Mama Bear is just hanging out in the middle here. Victory. Victory. Pingrosaurus Rex with those kills. Quiet J getting the scroll. Wow. And the voice crack. Scrolls for me, too. Yay, yay. Gold chest. Which is why I went back down towards the bottom. I'm going to start my tank down here. I'll see how we do in 30 minutes. I'm not going to put any rules on there this time. Last time it was just sort of like, I felt like putting some on there. Board. So our meat is still slowly simmering here. I got plenty of liquid still in the pan, so we're doing good in that fashion. Turn that down just a touch more. I'm back to rolling tortillas. I worked for these tortillas. Wow. Breaking a sweat here twice on them. One more. One more turn. Perkins, thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. Sorry to hear that. That's awesome. I'm glad you do things to remember your best friend. Looking forward to this weekend. We get some Formula One back on Friday. That'll be fun. Something to watch on TV for once. I don't watch a lot of... I have absolutely no subscriptions to anything other than Twitch, really. I basically don't watch TV these days. Yeah, it's rough, Perkins. Yeah. Surprising number of people get into the industry that way. Food and drink industry is certainly not one. While there are, and I love Culinary Institute of America, which I went to college at, and there are a couple other decent food and drink streams, or food and drink colleges out there, the industry doesn't pay much attention to that, though. They pay a lot more attention to experience and who you've worked for than I went to such and such culinary school. That and they don't like to pay people. Thankfully, I've only lost 1 or 2 friends in my life, but I'm still young in that regard. Though a couple of them have hit me pretty hard. My old swim coach dying young was a rude awakening. But also, kid I went to culinary school with, Brian, went way too young too. I'm not sure necessarily what the circumstances there with Brian, but I had seen him he moved out to LA with me after college. Not with me, but to the city at least. And we both sort of parted LA, thankfully, for both of us, I think. And I sort of lost contact, and then found out a couple months later they had passed. Yeah, money drives a lot of this world. This last one seems a little bit larger than the rest for some reason. Okay. Use paper towel here to even out what oils we have in the pan here. And then because I don't want to completely remove oil from the pan, I'm going to add a bit back by soaking a bit of this in our sunflower oil. Just to get a nice light coat on the pan there. Start heating that up. We can start cooking our tortillas. Be almost done with our tacos here tonight. I'm going to turn the heat up on this a bit so we can reduce that liquid down a little bit. Alternatively, I could add a little cornstarch to the pan and just allow it to soak up. Nah, Perkins, yeah, but at the same time, vaping seems to have brought it back. But my impression is that the younger generations aren't all that interested in it anyways. And it's more like we had to keep them around to appease the older generations. I mean, the younger kids still vape, but I don't see a ton of kids smoking cigs these days. I don't see bars, well, even before COVID, I didn't see what I think of as old school bars packed. It's something that I think is not going to survive another couple generations here. The tobacco companies don't even make money here in the States. If you look at the big national tobacco companies, they're making all their money in a little bit in Asia, but mostly in the Middle East. Interesting. You can see that little dark spot here in the center for some reason. We got a bubble there. Got to be careful with your hands there. You want to be, at the very least, be quick with tapping it down if you're going to be using your hands with the tortilla like I have, because those little bubbles are full of steam. That steam will burn you right quick. Oh no, you're fine, Perkins. I caught what you were after. It doesn't help the situation, is what you were saying. Turn this avocado over so it doesn't get any more air. Try and stop the oxidation there, because it is oxidizing a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to do a little cornstarch over here. I'm just going to shake a little in from the box. Be messy about it. We won't do a proper slurry for this because I'm not going to be able to whisk it in there anyways properly. That ought to be good. First tortilla. Hmm. Number 2. That was warm. I think that's going to be our biggest tortilla of the night there. Let's swap these around. See all those bubbles and stuff that way. No, it's certainly not a good way to make money. It's a good way to waste a lot of money. It's even worse when it gets into the vaping stuff, because they're buying like battery packs and all sorts of weird stuff too. I don't know if popular is the word. I mean, in the 80s, you had a ton of laws written where you couldn't advertise smoking at all. And I think those that were in the 90s just didn't even see all that. Oh yeah, that's why you see tons of ads on like sports parks and stuff like that. It's because they couldn't do TV commercials anymore. And then I think they banned them even from the sports parks. But you still have Marlboro heavily investing in Ferrari and Formula One. And they have like this joint marketing organization that isn't technically Marlboro supporting Ferrari, and they're even then they still get into troubles with it in certain countries. Don't really want to pop the bubbles, but you gotta pop them to a certain extent in order to get the whole tortilla to cook. Yeah, at the same time, CVS stopped selling them, so they had that many more to sell. They probably nearly doubled their sales because of CVS. Which depends on if you prefer money or people. Last two. Liquor licenses are a funky thing. They're sort of hard to come by. You sort of gotta know somebody. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Partner deal. That or you fill out paperwork and get very lucky. That's much rarer, I think. Battle! Time to go to battle again. Let's do our battle. Well, it's different for the restaurants. They do different classifications for liquor licenses, and it's much easier to get a liquor license as a restaurant because you're legally selling food. And as long as you sell enough food, you're a restaurant. It's based off of how much money you're making off of sales. Typically. Can't speak for all states when it comes to that, but... Uh-oh, did we lose? We lose? This is going to be a close one. I think we lost this one. We're down to one last artillery. Oh. No. Give that one more shot. If we finish up here on stream, we may do that off stream. Yeah, I forgot this last one. It got a little warm. It'll be fine for keeping everything else in there warm, though. But yeah, I think we're actually going to wrap up here anyways. But we'll do one more battle. I'll finish it up off stream. But we got... our rice here that we did earlier in the stream. Still almost so warm that I don't want to hold this. So it's still nice and warm in there. And with our sweet peppers and tomato and onion. Garlic, all that good stuff. So we got our bison with onions and peppers and garlic and more onion and more garlic and a little jalapeno. Went a little heavy on that first scoop there. Sour cream. And our salsa with avocado. There we go, dripping all over my counter. But some delicious looking tacos to me. There we have dinner. There we have dinner. That maybe no one even saw me build, I don't know. But 4 tacos with our bison meat, our salsa, little sour cream, and some avocado. And then we got our Mexican or Spanish style rice with a little herbage on top. We'll do a little more herbage on top of these. They got plenty in there already, but won't hurt. Throw a knife down here for the photo. Get ourselves a glamour shot. There we go. Let's see who we can pass the party off to tonight. Let's see who we can give a raid to. Do a quick trial of everything here. Let you guys all know let everyone know what I'm thinking about this. Nice, simple, tomatoey, not so peppery. Not a lot of pepper out of that. Definitely gonna need something to collect the juices off of these. This is a pretty good taco, though. It's juicy, but it's not necessarily a bad sign for a taco. Yep, I went there. I'm gonna go there again later on. So that's all tasty and lovely. Very happy with that. Very happy with how dinner's going to be tonight. Tomorrow is probably going to be a long stream. Let's see, what time is it now? Okay. Because I have to make the chocolate-covered potato chips before I can use the chocolate-covered potato chips in anything. Let's see who all is on this evening. It's not a usual night for me to be on. I'm doing extra nights here this month, so all sorts of new people to potentially say hello to. Let's see how long. Yeah. Let's go hang out with her. She's a lovely streamer. We've said hello to her a couple of times before. Proud team member of Team Bone In. Let's go make Zobocat put on a hat for us. So one last time, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I appreciate your company. Appreciate you chatting with me. Perkins Zone, great seeing you again. Thank you for that resub. And yeah, so chocolate covered potato chips tomorrow. Thursday off. Friday gonna be doing eggs Benedict. Maybe even the crumpets. I don't know. Let's see if we get there or not. And then Saturday we'll be doing more pizza. Sunday we'll be doing egg salad. So I hope you come back and join me for any of that. And I'll see you again soon. I hope you all have a great night.